In the upcoming video, I'll show you how I mount my GoPros on my boat, some past configurations, and some other gear as well. Stay tuned. So I'm going to talk about my current configuration for how I run my GoPros on my boat in looping mode with an external battery and keeping them water resistant as much as possible. So I have two GoPros. This is the 10, I have the 9 in here. The 9 has been really reliable as far as running without a battery on an external battery. So the way the GoPros come, they are submersible, which means waterproof. But once you pull this door off, which you need to do to make it run on an external battery, is they are no longer waterproof. And so what I was doing before in the past was changing these out every hour and a half, and that's how I ended up with a collection of batteries. And honestly, that is really not working well for me. So what I've come up with, I found these 3BR Power Sport cases. Down over there is really good to work with, and so this replaces the door on the GoPro, and it seals on the end here inside the case. And so I have found this to be my method for water resistant GoPro cameras on the boat on an external battery. And so now this is the 66-inch cord. They come in different lengths. This is the one I'm currently running on the boat. This already has the 3BR cap on it, and that will connect onto these ports right here. These are also from 3BR Power Sports. My external battery is an Anchor. And as you can see, it has two USB ports on it. I can run two cables, and that's why I have two ports on here. And this thing runs all day. I like this battery. It's like 20,000 milliamp hour, and it just works. It takes a long time to charge that battery, but it takes a long time to discharge it too. So that's why I like it. This box came from Sportsman's Warehouse. It's just a dry box. It's not submersible, and it'll tell you that on the inside. It's a Survivor, and so I drilled some holes, installed these, and so the way that works is these will just plug right into here, and it'll power up your GoPro. And it works really well. GoPro turn off. God, I love that. Works well. And so that's the cases, the ports, the external battery. Now I'll talk about how I have them mounted. This is just a Scotty rod holder extension, just a plain simple arm that goes right into the mount. This is a ram mount from Stuntman. They have shoulder harnesses, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But you're able to buy just the ram. I looked at a bunch of ram mounts, but they were so long, I just wanted something that was going to be just right here, because if I wanted to adjust the height, I could do that here. And this, I could adjust the tilt that way. Yeah, I could turn it any which way because it's a round mount. You could just point it anywhere you want to. That's what I like about it. This is the other one. On the other side. Now this came from Cabela's Bass Pro. This one actually extends in and out. Not sure if that's really what I want or need, because so far I think I like this right here because it's simple. I put a friction disc in here so I could adjust it up and down. I have a grill arm in here. Now that's not GoPro. This one actually came from Same Top. And it came on the clamp. I didn't feel secure about just clamping it onto the boat. And so it has just your typical GoPro snap mount right here. And I mounted a snap mount onto here. What I did was drill a hole. All I did was take one of these right here, and it has the adhesive on the back. This one has to be curved. The one I put on there is straight. I just drilled a hole in the middle, put a countersink in it, used a stainless steel screw in there, and screwed it right onto the arm right there. Now some of them, some of the GoPros you could buy, this one's not actually, oh it is GoPro, it has a 1/4 20 threaded on the back, which I wish I had this before I did that, but it, you know, this works really well. So just know that that is an option. And so the configuration I had before this one, I found this project on a YouTuber's video. He's a kayaker, and he takes these Amazon Basics, I think it's a 36 or 37 inch monopod, and modifies it, putting a Scotty mount. You know, you take this out, this slides back, and then you have access to these screws. You pull out the old one. This actually just slides right in. All I had to do is pre-drill the holes into here, and then screw it down, and it worked really well. Now I did have the disc in here, and I was able to move this up and down on the boat, and this also extends, but that was just way more than what I was needing on my fishing boat. I have a pontoon boat that I might install this onto, because it does work. Now this is the ball head that he recommended in his video. The only problem was, well, after I ran in the salt, I'm trying to get away from as much exposed metal as possible. You can see some of the white corrosion in there from the salt. I didn't do a good job of rinsing this off. Either I forgot about it, or I got stuff in the bag and forgot about it. A little bit of rust right there on the set screw. And this is just a GoPro on a 1/4 20 right there. And that's how I put that one together, and it worked, but I never extended it, and I always thought this was just too long, which is why I came up with that one. You know, I tried this one. It works, you know, it works well, but it just might be way more than I actually need for what I'm doing, because I found once I mount these on the boat, I'm not fooling around with adjusting angles or anything. And so this was also something that I explored using, and this goes into the Scotty mount, and then this will go into here. And the one nice thing is it just slips right in, and it's locked in. It won't come out unless you turn this. It's about like barely a 1/16 of a turn there. It's not a 1/4 turn, it's like really small turn. But it goes in real easy, and once you turn this, it comes out real easy, and then you could adjust it anywhere you want. And I guess for the kayakers, because that's where this idea came from, was from the YouTube for the monopod modification. And so I think it was just more than what I really needed, because I found that once my stuff is set on the boat, I'm not messing with it, which is why I really like the external battery instead of changing the batteries out every hour and a half, because once I have it in looping mode and it's running, all I have to do is remember to hit the record button after we land a fish, which is the whole idea. Some of the other things that I tried, so these are Superman Frodo mounts, super clamps. I mounted this onto the bar on my boat. Worked really well. I had a snap mount. That's my 3. I didn't really use the 3, but just for illustration purposes, demonstration purposes, I'm just showing you how well these snap mount works. And this ball head I've had for a long time, and this one is really nice. And I'm trying to find another one like it, because the ones you get nowadays for like $10, like these, I mean, they work, but as far as friction and how it feels, it's just, it doesn't feel as nice as this old brass one. This one you can tell is quality. As a matter of fact, when you take this off, there's cork right here, which makes it really nice, and it makes everything just more firm. The tension on here, it doesn't take much tension. It's brass. It's just a good quality ball head. So when you're adjusting all this stuff all the time, it's really nice to have nice stuff, and you'll feel the difference between the cheap and a good one. So another piece that I thought I was going to use, I use it around the house, you know, when I'm doing videos and stuff, is this small rig. Now I do like how the small rig works. It doesn't take much tension to get it firm, which is what I like. It's got the 1/4-20. It's got a little rubber thing right here, so the cork, and it works, and it's just a quality build. It works nice. I like this clamp. And so I do like the small rig stuff, but because of all the metal construction, I'm choosing not to use it on the boat. I'm going to try and make this this from the harness, and I'll show you the harness real quick too. And that's where I got that from. And so this is the Stuntman. This is how it comes. This one actually goes onto your shoulder, and I'll do a review on that one versus the chesty mount. It just keeps it out of the way, because like when you're reeling with a chest mount, your hands are kind of in the way. And so this particular ram mount came with that, but you could order this separately, and I've actually done that, and I'll leave a link in my description for all this stuff. And so I'll talk about the Scotty mounts for a little bit. So one thing, this is an old style, and you could tell it's the old one because it doesn't have the button on it. And the way these work is when you put this arm into here, it has to be clocked right. You'll see the notch right here. There's a notch inside here, and so once you put it in halfway, then you rotate, and then you stick it in, and then that's how your rod holder is going to work, so that it can't come out. I mean, if it does pop out, it's locked in. It has to be clocked to the right position to pull it all the way out. The newer style, this is the package it comes in, has a button release right here. So this actually just goes in at it doesn't matter which orientation you're in, it'll slide and lock, and you have to release it by hitting the button. That's what I currently have on the boat right now, and that's why I have this one. This is one's going to go on the other side. I really like this versus going in here, clocking it, and putting it in. So, because it still has a chance of popping out, and for that reason, I like that push button release. So that's my solution for doing water resistant GoPro on my boat. If you like this video, you found it entertaining, you learned something, give me that thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button right down there. See you on the water, tie lines.